Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Bitcoin price prediction based on Elliott Wave analysis. This is the daily for Bitcoin. We're gonna see, of course, the channeling on the daily chart. Where are we in the price action, of course, and regarding also the channeling. So, of course, as after our bull run here, wave one, we have exited the base channel. Obviously, that we are in a correction ABC. Expanding flat, still looking for the same target 1.618 around the 68k. Now, during this push toward the downside, of course, which is currently an impulse, a big wave 1, 2, and then we have double 1, 2, we have wave 3. This wave 4 took so much time here, exiting even the base channel taken from the wave 1. And of course, based on the wave 2, well, that is a kind of like a green flag was here. But of course, the price action that we got over there the last 4 days has invalidated any kind of an impulse as a 1, 2, 3 wave 4 is not allowed to interfere with the zone 1. And this happened, therefore, invalidation. Of course, we have finished a 3 waves here toward the upside, knowing that there is a kind of a diagonal here. Well, it can be a very likely possible scenario as well, a push toward the downside here as 3 waves again, meaning wave C might be unfolding here, of course, as an expanding flat again, and then pushing for higher. So we're gonna also watch the reaction over there. This is a new scenario for today, by the way. A new possibility that it might be, of course, a larger wave 2 or a larger wave B, and still pushing for higher in an A, B, and a C here. Your wave B is 3 wave expanding flat, and then of course pushing for higher. And then because of course the possibility of the leading diagonal wave A is still there, and we'll see of course what's gonna be the reaction. Now another possibility as well, I mentioned this yesterday, because of the zigzag here potential, we have of course a wave 1, probably wave 2, wave 3, 4, and a 5. But this is an ending diagonal, of course, finishing another of course wave C here, in case it's gonna be even like kind of a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Can still be even one leg toward the upside, not necessarily to be an extended diagonal. It can be even taken from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, knowing that the wave 3 is longer than wave 1, which is not nice, turning it into an expanding diagonal. Very low possibility and rare case. That's why, of course, I take the whole zigzag as a potential wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. But still, of course, we have to assess potentially. It might happen, guys. Nobody knows. It's rare to happen, of course, as an expanding diagonal, but it's not invalidated yet. But anyway, we have to watch, of course, this area, and we'll see, of course, what's going to happen on the micro level. Now, the base channel here is going to play as a resistance, as a support, I would say. So we might see here something pushing for higher again. If this happens, well, it might open the scenario, of course, for the ending diagonal. But if broken and we come back to the base channel, that is a red flag confirmation that we push for lower, even much more for a Bitcoin. So this is regarding, of course, the channeling here. We are watching the price coming back to the base channel. What the reaction will be from the upper line here for this base channel. This is very critical, and it is essential, of course, to come back inside it here. Yep. So this is regarding the channeling. Let's move to the labels here. The most possible scenario on the daily right now is back on the table as an ABC expanding flat. Wave C still a 1, 2, 1, 2. And then wave 3 here. Wave 4, very long time, but fine. Never invalidation. And we might, of course, drop down in double 4, 5 for a wave 3 here. And finally finish a wave 4 and a 5. Major wave 4 and a 5. Around, of course, the 68k as required, minimum requirement for wave 2, as well as a retracement from our bull run 0.38. And that means, of course, if we are here in a wave 1, ABC wave 2, you need anyway the 0.38 fib level around the 74k. This is a must to have anyway. So that means, of course, the price will reach this area sooner or later, I believe. And of course, we have a very strong technical support area here that it might also help, of course, Bitcoin price to push for higher in a wave 3 towards, of course, the 200k again in a new bull run. Now, a different scenario can be, of course, the zigzag, as I mentioned yesterday, toward the downside here, which might be, of course, something different happening here. So our bull run can be finished over there as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Your wave 5 is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ending diagonal as well here in a larger one. So basically, if we have topped exactly here, then you have finished a wave 1 over there. You're looking for an ABC or for a W, X, and a Y here to reach at least the 0.38. But this 0.38 is not taken from this top as the previous scenario, but from this top because we finished exactly there. This will give us, of course, different 0.38. It's gonna be the 56K here, which it might be, of course, a little bit deeper, and we might seek, of course, for this area, the blue zone here, which is also in confluence here with this very strong hold area as a technical support, and then start to look for higher again, of course, for a wave 3. Now, the next scenario also is the ending diagonal, which is very low possibility because preferably first to finish a clean zigzag toward the upside here. Meaning, if we continue the ending diagonal possibility that we saw, and we will see, of course, on the micro level, we might, in this case, of course, finish a wave 2 and taking the 99K 600. Only I can call this scenario by taking invalidation of the impulse there. If the impulse still valid, I cannot really switch to this scenario before taking this price. The final scenario that we have is very bullish, and of course this is too early to call. We need, of course, the invalidation, and we need continuation toward the upside to call something as an ending diagonal, at least even as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to take the all-time high here. So very, very far possibility right now. I prefer to not dive deep inside it right now. Now, if we pass to the 2 hours chart, on the 2 hours chart here, we have, of course, our impulse toward the downside as a 1, 2 here. 1, 2, 1, 2 again, wave 3, wave 4 is still unfolding. Now, it can be several possibilities here. Of course, it can be an A, B. Of course, the wave B is an expanding flat and then pushing for a wave C towards the upside as an impulse. This is the first scenario. The second scenario, it can be even an A, B, and a C here. The wave C still unfolding as a potential zigzag. Wave 1, wave 2, 3, 4, and a 5, of course, to hit the 99K still, of course, as a potential 1-to-1, and then pushing for lower, potentially opening the scenario for the diagonal that we saw on the daily. But we need still, of course, the ending diagonal there. The final scenario that we might have here is, of course, a finished W, X, and a Y there. And we're pushing, of course, impulsively toward the downside to reach, of course, a wave 5. Now, this scenario, of course, is playing well, I would say. It has took our testing area there perfectly. As we can see, the reaction has been given after it, again, impulsively, but it still can be possible that we are in an ABC first, and then we push toward the downside. On the 15-minute chart, we can see, of course, a 1-2, 1-2, wave 3 is unfolding, but of course, a retracement here, a strong retracement is also unfolding, which it can be, of course, invalidation over there. Very, very close, and yeah, taken, I would say. So because the last 1, 2, 3 here and the wave 4 is interfering with the zone 1, so we gotta be careful with it. Something else is unfolding here, and it might be a W, X, and a wave Y zigzag. And we're pushing for higher again. Might be, of course, retesting the area and might take, of course, here. In this case, I would say in case we are in a W, X, and a Y, it might take the 1-to-1 fib level, 91K here as 1-to-1. So very, very likely to happen. And even, of course, it happens as an ABC. So then we push for lower. So to be tested, key level, of course, this one. If broken, that means, of course, something else is unfolding. We might proceed again with the diagonal there toward the upside. But if we push for lower again, okay, we continue bearish, definitely. So to be watched right now is the 91K. And I believe, of course, the price might continue toward the upside. Since we got an invalidation here internally, can be, of course, given as a 1-2 here. Wave 3, wave 4 already took the zone 1. Yeah, so almost took the zone 1, preferably to push a little bit higher. Even it didn't yet take it 100%, but preferably to push a little bit higher to confirm that there is invalidation there. So we gotta watch it. Yep, so that's it regarding a Bitcoin daily analysis. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.